Alright, so today we are adding and subtracting what?
Integers.
Integers. Okay, when you add and subtract integers, you can use a number line, and when the number's positive, you go which direction?
Right.
Right. When the number's negative, you go which direction? Left. Now, we don't want to use a number line anymore. We want to be able to add and subtract either in our head or on paper. Okay, so I gave you two rules. If the signs of two numbers are the same, you do what with them?
Add.
Add. It's right here on the board. Now, if the signs are different, then what do?
Subtract.
Now, you need to know that if you subtract, you keep the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. Which of these two numbers has the greatest absolute value? Negative 7's absolute value is? Negative 7's absolute value is?
7.
Okay? So, 7 is bigger than 3, isn't it?
No.
So, it's not?
Oh, yeah.
So what are we going to use? Are we going to take, is our answer going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Why?
Because 7 has a greater absolute value.
Because negative 7 has the greater absolute value. Exactly. Now, I told you when the signs are different, you do what?
Subtract.
What is 7 minus 3?
4.
4. Now, since negative 7 has the greater absolute value, your answer is?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Very good. Why was it negative?
Because 7 has a greater absolute value.
Because negative 7 has the biggest absolute value. Okay? And the signs are different, so you subtract it.
7 has a greater absolute
Alright, now on this one, are my two numbers the same sign or different signs?
value.
Different signs. This one is negative. This one is positive. They have different signs, right? Now, since they have different signs, do I add them or subtract them? I subtract them. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now, the absolute value of negative 7 is? That bigger than 6?
Yes.
So my answer is what?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Mark, why is it negative?
Because 7 has a greater absolute value.
Perfect. That's your answer. Good job. Please try 15 plus negative 10. All right, William. Are the signs the same or different?
Different.
Different. Correct. This one is negative, and this one is
Positive.
positive. Since the signs are different, do I add or subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract. What is 15 minus 10?
5.
Now, is it positive 5 or negative 5?
Positive 5.
Why is it positive?
Because 15 has a greater absolute value.
Good. So the answer is positive 5. Please try this one. Now, Armando, are the signs of these two numbers different or the same?
The same.
The same. This is negative 20. This is negative 9. Since the signs are the same, do I add or subtract?
Add.
Add. So what is my answer?
Negative 29.
Negative 29. And you're finished. Good job. Please try that one. John Alistair, are these two numbers the same sign or different signs?
Different.
Which one is negative and which one is positive?
Negative 9 is negative and 39 is positive.
Good. Since the signs are different, do I add or subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract. So what do I get?
S equals 30.
S, very good, equals 30. Now, is my answer positive or negative?
Positive.
Why?
Because 39 has a greater absolute value.
Very good, John Alistair. The answer is S equals 30, and 30 is positive because it has the greatest absolute value. And you're adding them. The first one's negative 4, the second one's negative 6, and the third one's 9. You do this in order. You add the first two together. Now, you follow your same rules. What's negative 4 and negative 6? They are both negative, so what do you get?
Negative.
Negative 10. And now you add it to what's on the end. You add it to what? 9. Now these signs are different, so what do you do?
Subtract.
10 minus 9 is?
One.
Is 1. And negative 10 has the biggest absolute value, so your answer is? Negative 1, so you can write M equals -1, and you're finished. So anytime you have multiple questions, add the first two, get an answer, and then add the third one to it. -12, very good. Then what'd you add that to? Now, since the signs are different, what do you do? What's 12 minus 12? 0. And then what'd you add that to? And what's 0 plus -3? Good, -3. So this is your answer. So you saw she did the first two and got an answer. Then she added to the next one and got an answer. And then she added the last one and got her final answer. Okay? Now, why is 0 plus -3 -3?
Because you can't add 0 and go up or go down.
Well, 0 plus anything is the anything, isn't it? It's, if you add nothing to something, you just have, look, I have this in my hand. If I add nothing to my hand, I still got this in my hand, don't I? Okay, it stays the same. You understand? Okay? Now, whenever you replace a number like -10 in place for a letter, what's that called? Write it. Substitution. Okay? Now, somebody tell me what substitution is?
We know which number
I called on her, please.
When you like put
SCI has been.
Now, substitution is when you replace a letter for a number. In other words, when you take the letter out and put in place of it what? A number. Okay? So in this case, we're taking B out, and what are we putting?
-10.
-10, and then we add it to -7, and what do you get?
-17.
-17. So anytime you see a letter and they tell you what the letter equals, you put a number in its place, right? So today you learned how to add integers, whether they were positive or negative, and you learned how to substitute in place of a letter. What do you put in place of a letter usually?